So good evening everybody and welcome back to FTRL. We kick off yet another exciting week of race action here with GT3. It is week 9 of season 23 already. We reached the 3/4 distance tonight and we are back with a double header tonight. This is a sprint week here from the circuit to Catalunya, but the national layout. So it's a slightly shortened version of a circuit you may be familiar with. And if you saw GT1 in week 1, I believe it was, we were here. So our second visit to this layout this season. As far as standings go in GT3, it is now pretty much a 2-horse race between Mikey started qualifying with not everybody in it by the look of it, which is smart.
Yeah, Mikey has done that. So I imagine we'll be getting a quick reset here.
No, for God's sake, Mike.
I'll drop a message in because I don't think Mike has quite realised he's missing 3 members of his grid.
That's the most GT3 possible.
Yeah, we're starting as we mean to go on.
Chaos.
In true
it's all wrong.
GT3 fashion.
Yes, pretty much. So there we go. Well, welcome. In the meantime, we've got some time to fill now. So welcome back to FTRL. Week 9 of the season. We are at a Mike. Good point for Garner. Mikey trying to get the top 10. Mike will still finish 11th somehow in that lobby. I don't quite know how, but there we go. So GT3, it is a sprint week for double header, which means they are back in the Group 4 Vipers. Everybody in the same car this time around. And at the top of the standings, we'll go through in a bit more detail shortly, but it is pretty much a Sim Demon 1-2. Last time out, where were we at last time? Where were we at last week? I've forgotten already.
We were Suzuka Wet Week, mate.
Suzuka Wet Week, of course. What a dramatic week it was. Absolutely outstanding drives in there, but it was Joker who prevailed in the changing conditions at Suzuka to come away with another victory to close the gap at the top of the standings to his teammate Dusty Bossel. With Andy not finishing the race, it now pretty much looks like a head-to-head between the two Sim Demon cars. But still a lot to play for. The new lobby is up. Good evening, the Motor Hub Media. Hello. I'm sure you have a real name and it's not bad. If you want to tell me what your real name is, I'll agree by that. But welcome, of course, our one of our new recruits for season 24, which is not far away. So everybody getting back into the lobby. We will try again. Hopefully Mikey actually lets everybody get in this time.
That would be nice of him, but I suppose not letting everyone in is one way to make up the points gap.
It is indeed. Yes, I don't know if you've got a chance to get the points up, so we can go through that while we wait.
Yes, give me 1 second, because for once I saved it to my photos rather than just putting it into Discord, I think.
Oh, very well done.
No, Discord it is. It was GT1 and GT2 I saved to my phone. Prepared, as ever.
I mean, you probably did that a little few days. It might be a bit further down, because you've obviously been harassed to get them done early.
Yeah, that's true. Matt Mann was very keen to see his pole position on the standings.
Yeah, he has one good result. Suddenly, just
well, they're all the same. When I win a race, that table will be out in record time. No, so as we said, Sim Demon comfortably at the top. Dusty 8 points clear, and then it's 39 back to Andy. Derek and so I'm not too far behind Andy in 4th and 5th. Then you got a big jump to Odon. Then Matt Man's jumped himself up into P7 with last week's performance. Goy in 8th. Face Potter and Mikey 1 point apart, just behind him. Azayus on 60.5, he was filled in for, so he's the only 0.5 point scorer. Then you got Tom Duval and Bruce Lee, and then Johnny Boy down at the bottom, obviously with I think just 2 weeks of racing.
Yes, it was the second week. So the baptism of fire, throwing him straight into a wet week, changeable conditions, no practice in the development conditions. So fair play to him. He did a good job. He didn't finish last. He beat Mike last week as well.
Yeah, I think sort of Mike beat himself, but yeah,
he's probably not practicing. Probably didn't help him. But,
no.
Yeah. And so a couple of changes to notify you of regarding this week. Then you may have just seen on the side of the car there, we're in the 12 car, but we've got Greg's logo on it. That's because Mikey is now teamed up with Matt Man for the rest of the season. So sorry, Matt. Obviously with Zombie dropping out for the rest of the season, they are now a team. We've also got a couple of absentees, namely Goy Carp and Derek, who this week are being filled in for by Unsafe Belize and Graham and Jadon as well. Who's Graham in for then? Graham's in for Bruce Lee. Yes, Graham's in for Bruce Lee. So we've got 3. There we go, and somebody's already got a half-second penalty. It is Tom Duval, who seems to like collecting half-second penalties from what I remember this week. We'll go board with Mikey then for a lap of the national circuit. Then here we are, the hairpin, then halfway down the start, finish straight as we cut through and come out by turns 7, I believe.
Yes.
Into this tricky technical sector through turn 8. Head up the hill then into the right-hander. Drops down a gear there, gets the car hooked up against the curb, then shifts up. Power then down at the short middle straight. This is tricky braking zone then. Down the gearbox has gone very deep. He's taking the rallycross line, but manages to get it turned. Through the S as we go, then down the second gear, hug that right hand side curb, and pick up the throttle as early as you can, go all the way out there, use that little bit of run up on the outside. Then this absolutely disgusting section of the chicane, big sausage curves on the inside, watch them over to the right hand side for the tricky chicane. Again, big sausage curves on the inside of both parts of this, Mikey giving them a wide berth. Switch into the final corner, out of the final corner, the power down, and the first lap time on the board is a 17.1. So let's see how those behind get on. Was on beats it instantly by 1.3 seconds, so maybe not Mikey's quickest lap. Of course, Som, who had an up and down race last time out, got in some grief on lap 1, got shoveled into the gravel, but was on the right tyre at the right time, fought his way back through to a superb P3. And was in that battle for P2 as well, that man eventually prevailed in, but Zom, a superb drive from him. Last time out to get a podium. He's currently provisional pole after the first run, the Joker second, of course, winner last time out. Jadon has a second penalty. Mattman goes second then, so Mattman in good form. Pole last week and has popped himself onto the provisional front row again.
Yeah, that's 2 very competitive times from Osama Mattman right out the gate. It was a bit of a deceptively tricky one, this circuit. I know from previous experience that turn 1 you sort of try and borrow a few extra metres of the braking zone every time until eventually you find yourself in the wall. So
yeah,
I think it'll just be about being as consistent as you can, because on some ground like he goes significantly quicker second time round.
One goes third, fastest done. Joker he retakes third, but the top 2 untroubled. It's Graham then who's filling in, but bear in mind Graham unsafe when he gets hit, and J-Dub will all be on the hard compound tyre. All the regulars are on the mediums. It's medium only week for the regulars. Hard compound for the fillers ins. As Dusty Foster goes up to third then. Not able to dislodge those front 2. So was Zom and Mattman. Does Mattman improve this time around? Looks like a good lap. He It does, but it's not enough. So 15.8's a Matman laying down a couple of very impressive lap times straight off the bat. Johnny Boy 9th, going well so far, ahead of Andy, who is struggling with a migraine, so we might not see Andy see out the night, unfortunately. His teammate Derek is in the Devil's Lay-by this week. He's in Milton Keynes. I'm sure he's very Milton Keynes to leave.
A couple of them struggling early on with track limits. Graham's got a half second, but Owen somehow has accrued 1.5 seconds of penalties.
Well, that's impressive. Good evening, Pickles. Joker improves to 16.1. Tom the Valve was another one who had a really good run last week. Again, went under the radar a little bit. Came through P5, I think it was at the end. So a solid week from him. He was unhappy with the lack of coverage. So we've got Tom the Valve cam. We're going to keep an eye on him. Currently P10. He's invalidated his last 2 laps, so it's time to be improving. Oh, he hasn't. It's the screen giving me glitches. We've lost somebody from the lobby already.
It was FaZe Potter, I think, disconnected briefly, and he's back in, but obviously won't be able to get back out on track, which is a flaw of the GT system.
Yes, indeed. It's the one thing that will give credit to F1 for. It can get back it's about the
same within the races, you can just reconnect.
Yeah, it's the only thing I'll give F1 credit for.
Yeah.
Zom's lead, then Matman continues to chip away. It's less than half a tenth between them.
Very competitive top of the grid on a shorter layout, 4 tenths first to 5th.
Yeah, we've got 8 tenths. Joker goes to the top. Meanwhile, into his rhythm now, 15.6 from last week's winner. So good to close more points on his teammate and title rival. Tom Duval improves as well. Stays in P10. Jadon giving him help around turn 1. Maybe he wouldn't want that a little bit. There you go. Here's unsafe. So yeah, we should have a full quota for the race. Oh, Matman improves up to P2, so he jumps ahead of Zom. So Zom gets bumped off the front row. Good even Chun. Matman then in really good form. He was saying earlier this week how he was being competitive with the likes of Joker and Dusty Fossil, who are probably the 2 benchmark guys at the minute, and he puts himself up to P4 to throw himself into that monkey here as well. Yeah, Matman, I think he's benefiting from being able to spend a bit more time practicing. I think that's starting to show now. He's got pace, but when you don't get much time to practice, it's noticeable, and I think that he's had a bit more time the last couple of weeks. That's reflecting in his results last week and so far in qualifying here. But yeah, less than 2 tenths cover your top 4, 3 tenths cover your top 5. Dusty Fossil out the final corner. He's got a nice slipstream there, and he improves. So now it's less than 2 tenths cover the top 5. That's how close it is again. Matman's had a bit of a wobble there coming out of the final chicane. There's Joker. He's a bit further on the lap.
In giving him more coverage, I think could probably look at. Oh, it's a fast lap from Matt.
That improves again, but not quite enough.
I think Tom Duval will hope to be sort of challenging the times of the top 8. He's improved slowly but surely this session, so we'll see if he can get. He's 3.5 tenths up coming into the last sector as well, so he's definitely getting better as this session goes on.
Yep. Thank you there for the scoreboard. Who scored? There is hole 14 that just FaZe Potter lagged out, so he's in the lobby and unsafe, was late joining, but he's here now as well, so we do have a full 14 tonight. And there are 14 people watching, which means there better be 14 likes on that stream, because if not, then I'm going to send somebody round.
Lennon.
That's far too much for Lennon. Although he's got nothing better to do at the minute, to be fair. So Joker has just improved. Opens like out at a 15.4 out from Joker. While Odon goes into the 15s as well. 15.9 from him. So that's now 6 drivers getting under the marker as Dusty Foster improves. Stays 5th. These gaps are just chipping away ever so slightly. Joker just extends the gap. Can Matman respond at the final corner? Comes to the line. Not this time, but again, solidly in the 15s. Max showing a really good, consistent pace here. Not quite able, though, to get through. Zom's been dropped into the 16s for the last couple of laps. As Jesus now improves to 16.7. Meanwhile, and to the line doesn't improve. Going to throw a Weetabix at Lennon. Yes, Lennon's mortal enemy, the Weetabix.
Everyone's mortal enemy is breakfast cereal.
I'm quite a fan of breakfast cereal.
I was a big fan of breakfast cereal, and then just kind of went off it. It's weird. Maybe I'll come back at some point.
Maybe half second, then covering your top 6. He's out on through the final chicane. He's to find just over a 10th. Get on terms with Dusty Fossil. Not that time, half second down. Going well. He's the top standing currently on a 16.2 on those hard tyres. P8.
15.1 is rapid.
15.1 Dusty Fossil then to the front. Here we go then. As expected, these two, they're in the groove now. And they find themselves 1 and 2. That is, look at that, he's over a quarter of a second up on his team, but then Joker has been chipping away at his times. Suddenly finds himself relegated to P2. He's down on this lap as well.
And he's got traffic as well.
Yeah, busy part of the lap. He's got Zom with him. Andoir up to 3rd. 15.5. So he just dispossesses Matman. So your front 3 in the championship are your front 3 on the grid provisionally at the moment. Yes, is on board with Andy. The shoulder camera. He's gone purple in the middle sector. Improves to a 16 flat. Stays in P7. A good pace. A little bit wide of the apex, but he should be able to get the car straightened up a little bit earlier. That's all about this final sector then. How brave does he feel there? Doesn't attack the big sausage curb on the inside of the first part of it. Now this is where the time is. Gonna get right up against those sausage curbs. On the power early. And might get a little bit of slipstream from the average Joe's car ahead of him, which is close enough. Is it enough to improve? It is, but it's not enough though to move him up, so he stays 3rd. Closes in on Joker now, just over half a tenth between those two. And sends it on Jesus into turn 1. Jesus going for a switchback. We're racing and qualifying. Matman just improved his best time as well, 15.6, but it's not enough. He stays 4th, but he's going faster again. Does Zom improve? No, Zom's not. Back into the 15s regularly. It's Mikey now into the 15s.
Better for Mark.
It's only enough to move him up 1 place. 9,000 off of Odon.
Just misses this braking point and has knocked Andy off track, so I don't think that's going to please Andy too much.
Nothing pleases Andy.
No,
so
yeah, well,
he just gets madder, to be honest. So that's definitely not going to help.
Yeah. It's a bit of a frustrating one, I imagine, for his ace as well, because he probably could have done with sticking in Andy's slipstream as long as he could to try and get a better lap time.
Who's where? Man's just going to cross the line. Another 15.8 from him. He's been super consistent. Just needs to find a little bit more time. A couple more tenths in there. Zom is, those couple of 15s he started, but his first flying lap was his best lap. He's not been able to better that first flying run he did. So he was quick off the bat. Everybody around him has just got into a bit of a groove now, but still going well. P5. So I think Andy's playing on that new screen he bought, maybe. Yes, there are certain things that please Andy, but we can't talk about them. We would be banned from the air. So I'm not improving this time. Odon coming out the final corner.
Mike improves again. Nips past Odon.
Yep, goes past Odon, who doesn't improve on that lap. Well.
Green did improve but had a penalty, so that's not going to count.
Into the 15s. Well, not improving on that lap. So the final 20 seconds of the session, these will be the final laps then.
Is Zeus going to get over the line? I think Zeus is going to get one last lap. He is. Although I think he slowed down, so no, I think Zeus has barely missed the 15-minute cut-off.
I think Andy's going to drop out here. Yeah, he has.
Yeah.
Struggling, unfortunately. So despite being third on the grid, he's had to drop out of this one. So hope you feel better soon, Andy. Jenko, meanwhile, then, does he improve on his final run? There's a bit of a slide out the final corner. Is it enough? No, he comes up just short.
Mike picks up a penalty. Zom's on a penalty as well. Owen's not going to improve.
And that man then. He's the last of the... Looks like Dusty Fossil's just going across the line. Doesn't improve. So that man then. Final hope to shake up the order.
He's going to need a hell of a final sector because he was down on his time. Tom Duval sets 16.3.
So up to 8th. Might be a bit of a slipstream from the Viper ahead of him.
No, just going to
be enough though, is it?
Yeah, no. Not close, no. Really competitive there. I think 8 tenths between sort of 1st to 8th, and that's a hell of a lap from Dusty to go on pole by 3 tenths.
Right. Yeah, so he was right then. So we need unsafe and
FaZe Potter to get in their cars.
Is he back in
and Mike to not start the lobby before everyone's in.
So going to do a custom grid. I don't know. We shall find out. Yeah, you got to do a custom grid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get unsafe and
FaZe Potter at the back. I don't really remember what time FaZe Potter had set when he disconnected. He definitely was, I think, towards the back of the grid, but
yes.
2 races, plenty of chance.
Absolutely. So, getting a custom grid set up. And we'll talk you through what else is coming up on FTRL this week. Then we are back, of course, tomorrow, GT2. And we have our, well, it's our evening stroke night races this time then. So, like, moving on from the wet weather. This time out, it is a longer night race then. So, Tri Mountain plays host to GT2 as we go into the dark.
Looking forward to that one, Mick.
Indeed. How are you feeling? Are you confident going into this one?
It's the most I've practiced for any track this season, so... if I don't do well, I think I'll be very upset. Considering the Audi's proneness to binning itself on the throttle, actually fairly planted. I think it's only like a couple of those downhill bits in the last sector, but
yes.
I think to the lads who have a bit of a power advantage with their car will be feeling pretty confident with the 2 long straights.
Yes, definitely. We also talked about race 2 last week. That was agonisingly close for you there. Great battle. Just wrong tyre at the wrong time. I always say it wasn't so much the wrong tyre, but it was just the car behind you had a bit of an advantage.
Yeah. So the stint before, because right at the end of that race, it was wet, dry, wet, and I put the inters on for the first set, and it started drying up after 2 or 3 laps. So my thought process was, it's going to do the same thing again. On the last lap, I'll have the tyre advantage. Unfortunately for me, I had a slide coming out of Eau Rouge, and it did not dry up, which didn't help. But yeah, I think that one will pain me for a while.
I could hold against Tom, it's fine.
Yeah. No, well, I think you witnessed how much I disliked Tom's choice of weather when I asked him in the admin chat if he got enough attention as a child.
This is true, yes. There was some unhappiness, shall we say.
And to be honest, even if I'd won that second race, I'd have still felt the same way. So, yeah.
Fair enough. Well, it was an exciting week, and we had some 2 good races, and of course the first win of the season for FTRL Panda in race 1. And then Aaron stealing it at the final corner as that penalty, that bloody penalty. denying Jonesy in race 2. And then Friday, of course, we are back with GT1. This week we are at Bathurst, Mount Panorama, plays host to week 9. Coming off the back of our week at Dragon Trail Gardens. Hopefully we'll have a stable lobby this week, as unfortunately the race 1 was cut slightly short by the lobby deciding to kill itself and everybody in it, which meant that Tom once again was victorious. Boring.
Unbelievable.
But thankfully, common sense prevailed in race 2, and he didn't get to win because I did. Oh yeah. So more of that, please. And yeah, there's a sad face in the chat.
Yeah, we've definitely, I think, picked some good tracks for these sort of evening night races. Although, being in the Audi, I am very glad, having done the daily races, that I'm not at Bathurst, because that final sector is a nightmare.
Yeah, it also helps if you're on like slick tyres, not intermediates.
Well, yeah, no, that's another thing I need to curse Tom for, is that I lost out on a podium in a daily race because my car was set to inters and I wasn't paying attention. So I came on the first 2 corners like, I've not really got any traction, this is odd, and then it occurred to me I was on IM, not racing mediums.
Yeah, we've been there. Well, I've been there. So here we are, race 1, and we've got 13 drivers on the grid lined up. Dusty Fossil and Joker share the front row. Matt Mannon's on behind them though, who's going to get the launch on the run down towards turn 1. And away we go. Oh, it's a good start from Dusty Fossil.
Got a great start.
Yeah, it was also a good start there. Joker got a bit bogged down. He's got so I'm trying to make room in the middle. Forces Batman wide.
It's an interesting one where some sort of wanted to go left and Joker went right.
Batman around the outside of Joker for turn 1. He goes on the inside for turn 2. They're going to lean on each other. But Joker's going to stay ahead. Batman's had a big slide, and that'll let Zom through. Zom gets the move done on Matt eventually. Take a couple of corners longer. And that drops into 4th inch ahead of his teammate then as they come onto the back straight for the first time then. But Dusty Fossil leads. 12 guys are side by side. Batman coming back at Zom. Zom covering the line. Oh, who's that coming in very hot? That's Tom Duval. Misses his braking point, goes very, very wide. Looking to just get reset here, to be honest.
Zeus off on the inside grass, and he has been reset.
He has been reset, yep, saw that in the background.
Almost got through a lap without any dramas.
Oh, Tom Duval's off again. He's in the gravel at the top of the hill.
I think that's going to be a case of dirty tyres.
Some Demon Boys then are away and running. Oh, who's that? Oh, that looks like... Who's that backwards?
Who do you think?
Of course. Senor Mikey is facing the wrong way.
Mike's now... Yeah, there we go, Mike. We had a bit of a... Oh, dear. There we go.
There we go.
Mike had that awkward part where he sat in the middle of the track facing the wrong way and didn't really know which was the best way to turn and spin it round, and ended up putting it in the gravel. But
well, the top 4 have broken away after whatever drama happened at the final corner. Dusty Fossil leads from Joker, from Zom, and from Matman. And you've got a big 3.5 second gap back to face Potter, who's come through into 5th. Unsafe Release is up to 6th. Johnny Boy's up to 7th. Then Graham and 8th. Jade on 9th. Odon down to 10th. I think he might have been caught up in whatever happened with Mikey. Oh, he's bumped the back of Jade on there. Then Tom Duval recovering after his off. Jesus after his reset. And Mikey is 26 seconds off after 2 laps. It's all gone wrong already.
We didn't even get a lap out of him.
Penalty already for Jadon.
Dusty's made a bit of a run for us at the front. He's got 1.3 seconds to Joker.
Tom Duval sending it into the chicane, and Odon. Oh, that's all got a bit messy between those two there. Tom gave Odon a bump in the first part. Odon gave Tom a bump in the second part. And they've both survived, but they've dropped off the back a little bit then. Jadon's about to serve his half-second penalty, so he'll come back towards them. Unsafe looking. No, it's Johnny Boy. Johnny Boy on Graham. Johnny Boy stuck in already. Oh, bad. Graham there holds him off. It's Jadon and Odon and Tom Duval resume battle. Don't send that chicane. Yeah, you do. Safe for face Potter.
You do in GT3.
Absolutely. Anything goes in GT3. Anything goes. Yeah, Dusty Fossil then 1.9 seconds clearer than so. I don't know what's happened to Joker on that lap.
Yeah, Joe Games 1.3 coming onto the start of the lap, so I think Joker may be guessing just with the annoyance of Zom behind him and can't quite concentrate, but Carl will be thinking this is his to lose, definitely.
Of course, these two resuming battle from week 1 at Brands Hatch, where they slogged it out for the victory there. They're currently battling over P2. You've got a purple and yellow Viper very much in the mirrors as well. He's on board with Zom then in this sandwich. Looking at Joker ahead of us, and that man in the mirror behind. Joker seems to have got the run down the shape, but Zom now getting the slipstream. Losing in again. Find your braking mark for turn 1. Joke has a bit of a bobble there through turn 1, was a little bit wide. Just himself for 10th or so.
Unsafe going up the inside of Phase Potter.
Phase Potter fights back robustly. And it retakes P5, or reclaims P5. Graham keeping a watching brief. Oh, Tom de Val's on the grass. Was he helped? Or was he just sideways? So Johnny Boy sends it back down the inside.
Tom may pick up a penalty for going wide out of that corner. Yeah.
Indeed. It's about moving the braking zone, not close enough. Jesus and recovering Mike. Continues to lead. Joker going in hot there. All three of them really pushing the limit there. And Zom's now got to start looking in his mirrors because that purple and yellow twirl livery and that Viper is right under that rear wing. Now the final corner. I want to back up his podium last week with another one here. He's got a good run on to start finish rate. Zom going defensive right to the inside. I don't think that's going to be close enough though. So back over onto the racing line then for turn 1. Very much there. Keeping Zom honest. Phase Potter has broken away from unsafe. He's now got Graham down the inside of him into turn 1. Good move there from Graham. Up to P6 he goes. Jadon now buying into this battle as well.
Oh, we're not too far back either.
Johnny Boy still ahead of Tom de Val, who's again wide in the gravel. And Jesus is catching these two as well now. Always caught the grass there as he turns in. Oh, and another half-second penalty. And Tom de Val is getting half-second penalties for fun in this one. He's done a 15.8 in the race, so he's got good pace again, but it's hard to use it when you're 29 seconds off the lead.
Yeah, he's chipped into the gap to his ace, but obviously it's going to be a long road back for Mike, assuming the expected doesn't happen again.
Zom continues to hold off Mattman. Come out the final corner again, thinks about diving to the inside, and that again is not close enough. He is catching. So just done a personal best, and that is getting closer. Is he close enough for a move? He jumps to the inside. So just back to the outside, then he's just trying to distract Zom. Makes Zom go defensive. That going all the way around the outside of turn 1. I'll give him the inside for 2. He's going to cross back over though. No way through then. Zom covers the line. Oh, but slides off that curb. He's had a big old slide. There's contact. Oh, Matt bounces over the grass. And Zom lets him through. That wasn't deliberate. He saw Zom just have a big old slide. And Matt unfortunately ended up at the wrong place at the wrong time. Both got dirty tyres now.
Zom's going to come back at him.
Why in the background?
I think just got a nose alongside.
Matt's got dirty tyres there. He's going to go deep. Oh, they're going to try to turn. No grip at the front of that car at the minute there with those dirty tyres.
And all this is bringing Phase Potter back towards him.
Yeah, just getting his head down then. It's unsafe up the inside of Graham as they come into this final sector. Graham hangs on around the outside. That'll give the inside for the next part. So he has to go deeper. Now Jadon buys into this as well. He's trying to get up the inside. Bit of rub in there. Hold on, looking to buy into this as well. Unsafe about to serve his half-second penalty, so he pulls to the inside. I'll let both Jadon and Odon through. Johnny Boy and Tom de Val still going at it as well. Jesus has a half-second penalty. Mikey has a half-second penalty.
Yeah, Zayus went a bit deeper into the hairpin because Mike's taken about 4 seconds out of him, like that, 5 maybe.
the battle then. Odon now, there's like a Jadon who's having a big old slide into the corner. Unsafe sideways. Oh, Jadon sideways as well. Everybody sideways. And Jadon's the one that loses out there. He had the slide first. Unsafe then up the inside of Odon at the next corner. Through he goes.
Gets it done. Well done.
Unsafe gets 2 places. And then back onto the back of Face Potter. He went a little bit hot there.
Tom's got himself a nice gap to Matman as well. So the front 4 spreading out.
Yeah, just the fossil then. That lead has just settled down, but yeah, the front 2 have now pulled away massively. Of course, with the battles going on behind them.
Yeah, the problem Joker's got is Dusty's built that lead, and you can see from the last few laps they're just going to be 1 or 2 tenths apart. Every lap these two, he's really banking on Dusty making a big mistake somewhere.
Well, over the last 3 laps then, it was 15.4 versus 15.4. 15.6 versus 15.4 and 15.6 versus 15.8. So if anything, Dusty Foss was actually pulling away.
That's what I mean, is he needs Dusty to have a really bad lap, and he's not going to claw this back, I don't think.
Safe back through on Graham, the battle of the standings. And the Globo Gym sandwich. First Potter ahead, Odon behind. Oh, half-second penalty again for Unsafe.
I'll help Odon.
And Graham as well. Odon's had a good run then as well. He's got up the inside already. Back in again. So the hard tyre runners just struggling a little bit to get the cars in. In fact, Graham's going to let Odon through. Unsafe now latches onto the back. Oh, Face Potter, he's had a good run. In fact, he's going up the inside into the final sector. Face Potter going to hang on around the outside like we saw Graham do. There's a bit of door banging. Face Potter stays ahead. Through the chicane we get. Face Potter hangs on. Unsafe is still working hard on him.
Yeah, he's just unsettling him as much as he can.
About to serve his half-second penalty there, which will let Odon through. Should do. There he goes.
Yeah.
So the Globo Gym cars together now. Just going in the background then. Jadon Knight. Tom Duval has got ahead of Johnny Boy. He's got himself a half-second penalty somewhere in that final sector because he hasn't served it on that lap.
I think Mike will be glad to see another car ahead of him.
Absolutely. Closing on Jesus.
Matman's pulled it back to Zom as well. He's now all over the back of him again.
So a big old scrap going on between the 2 Globo Gym cars and an unsafe release. Face Potter's got a half-second penalty now, so he's going to lose out to his teammate and possibly unsafe as well. And as aforementioned there, Zom and Matman resume their rivalry from a few laps ago.
Oh, Owen gets a little wide.
Just giving Face Potter a little bit of breathing room. He's got a penalty to serve.
I think that's going to be very tight between Face Potter and Unsafe into turn 1. Oh no, Unsafe's going to clear him.
Or is he?
Yeah, Graham's got around the outside.
Oh, Face Potter sideways.
But Face Potter has drifted through turn 1 to keep P7.
That's one way to do it. Absolutely lit the rear tyres up. Viper though, very forgiving. However, up the hill, Graham's got the inside. Oh, Face Potter tries to slam the door on him, does. Graham backs out of it sensibly. Face Potter there, robustly defending. He tries to focus on closing down again. And we've got Jadon. We've got now Tom Duval behind him, and Jadon has a half-second penalty as well. So Tom Duval getting into a bit of a groove now. Getting quicker and quicker. This has gone on. His personal best on lap 8. So Face Potter's got a second penalty. That's going to really hurt him now.
I was going to say, he's going to drop back. Well, Tom Duval's picked up. No, not Tom Duval. Jadon's picked up a half-second, so won't be a threat from him. But Tom will at least close to Face Potter.
Riding on up front then. Well, not a lot happening up front. The Sim Demon boys are away and clear. Dusty Fossil continues to extend that gap. It's 3.7 seconds. Joker giving chase, but he's got 8 seconds behind him to this battle over P3. Raging on still. Matman now right there again. He's boys a bit of airtime then to see what's going on. Matman looking racy at this stage. They get a good run up the hill. Being a little bit defensive. He's had a good exit there as well. Zom's just about going to keep him at arm's length until the braking zone. Got to do a big send, which Matman doesn't oblige with. There we go. Matman all over the back of him. Through the S as we go then into the long right-hander. Seems like a good exit there though. Just put him again. Car link will slow him to the Matman, who then responds into this final sector there. Closes right up again. Good line through there. Rides the curves nicely all over the back of Zom. And then has a better exit out of that final part of the chicane there. Just edges away a little bit. And that should be enough again. Matman hasn't got a good enough run. He'll get the slipstream. He will close in. But not close enough to make a move at this stage. Back then unsafe now into P5 ahead of Odom.
Yeah, I've missed it as well, but Zeus has had an offer 1:32.9 the last lap, so Mikey is out of last and is now right behind Johnny Boy to get to his favourite position.
I was going to say, that's that P11, doesn't it? Where's Jesus gone? There he is. Having dispatched of Jadon, now trying to close down on face pot. It's 1.5 seconds the gap. Hold on, and safe still together, but hold on, not close enough at the minute for a move. Meanwhile, Zom has just put a bit of time back into Matt on this lap. Zom's had a good lap. Open that gap up to over a second. So Matman is really good into this final sector. They're getting that time down. Coming into it though, Zom's had a good exit, but this time Matman has a better exit in fact, so now Matman is closing again. Can he get back into slipstream range? He is now. So
yeah, he will do.
Getting the benefit then all the way down the start finish straight now. 15.7 from Zom on that one, 16 flat from Matt. That slipstream. That gap was over a second, it's now back down to 6/10.
Yeah, Mike has got by Johnny Boy into the hairpin as well, so he'll see if he can chase down Jadon.
Well, we are into the second half of this race, half the race gone. In the running order then is Dusty Fossil leading the race. 4.5 seconds now the lead then, so he is just absolutely banging in. Just consistent lap time, so he's back at the 16s the last couple of laps. So I don't know whether the front two have just rolled back a little bit.
Yeah, I think they both understand that they're under no pressure at all, and I think Joker initially started losing that gap just from trying to drive so fast to catch up that realised that wasn't going to happen, so those two will settle down and bring home a comfortable 1-2 again.
Joker's squealing the tyres out of the final part of the chicane there, so he's still trying, but the gap is comfortable. Dusty Fossil this time around does a 15.9. 16.1, so there's a little bit left in it for them, definitely.
Yeah, no matter what Joker does though, Dusty kind of is just 1 or 2 tenths faster every lap, isn't it?
Yep, at the minute, so not able to make any headway. Still got Matman all over him, but withstanding the pressure well at the moment. They're closing in into turn 1 on the brakes there. Further back, Odon going past unsafe release, who I think just served a penalty, so Odon back into P5. Just behind. Face Potter trying to get back on terms, and Tom Duval is getting closer. Now just
yeah, Tom's closed that gap. I'm at a
second back now.
54.
Where's that come from?
I'm going to guess that there's a hint of slipstream in that lap because that's half a second faster than anything else he'd done. But definitely getting quicker as we go on tonight, Tom.
I think you've got the 50s to qualify. Oh, who was that? That was Face Potter, I think, sliding into the corner.
There was Tom Duval sliding through the corner, but luckily for him, Face Potter went wide, so he's initially got past, but I think FaZe Potter will hold this up the inside. He's going to go side by side still.
No. A little bit of contact there.
Yeah.
Tom Duval gets the move done. And the screen in the middle there. Here's the Globo Gym car then, so Tom Duval gets the move done. Now it's about chasing down his teammate, but like I said, that FaZe Potter is not finished.
Well, Mike is into P10, does have a penalty, but I think Jadon's maybe had an issue in the opening part that's happened. He's gone wide through the end of it. Because Mike's 4 seconds clear of him.
pace as we go up the hill. Still giving chase. Graham's got a half-second penalty. That will aid those two behind them as they try and close down unsafe. I'm still battling. Man and Zom just spread out again a little bit. Zom's had a good lap. 16.3 and 16.5. So that gap's back over to 1.2. But this is the sector of the lap where Matman does tend to close back in again. So
Johnny's just got a move done on Jadon up the hill. So I think Jadon's just having a few issues on those hard tyres.
Enjoying himself on them ones. 29.6 is probably explains why he drops down the order.
Yeah, I think potentially turn 1 seemed to be going fine when I jumped on board with him around turn 4, so perhaps a bit too deep into his braking point.
Tom Duval versus Face Potter is the closest battle. Face Potter 3 and a bit tense back. Closing down the straight then. Is he going to fancy a move? He's one that likes a bit of ascent, so really think about it into turn 1.
To
the inside. Tom's gone a little bit wide though. I think he did spook Tom slightly. He didn't make the apex. You can go side by side through turn 1. If you're sort of ahead, even if you
Tom's over the gravel.
That was wide. That might be a penalty.
Yeah,
it's very wide. It is
half
second penalty for Tom, so that will stall his progress. Unsafe also got a penalty in the foreground.
Yeah, so that'll relieve some pressure for Odon for a lap or two.
Mikey has also got himself a penalty.
I think Mikey's had a penalty every lap, to be honest, mate.
Johnny and Jadon going at it. Johnny Boy's got a second penalty from somewhere. Jadon getting back through. Johnny Boy not finished.
Yeah, Som's just keeping Matman at arm's length as well, isn't he? That gap's at 1.1 seconds. So just calming down a little bit, which is very unlike GT3, but I'm sure it will all kick into full gear again.
7 and a bit laps to go. So Matman got there. Zom's getting more 15s. He didn't qualify. I saw him do a couple and then just sort of sit in the 16s, and his lap times have kind of been really low 16s. Mid to high 15s constantly. So
yeah,
flipping between
sitting
the two.
on
Good
that
pace.
59, 61 range, isn't he?
Yes, then it was a partial reverse grid, so we've got the wheel of destiny. Will decide who starts on pole for the second one. So anyone between 6th and 12th.
That's true.
For race 2. So at the minute, the one who's going to lose out most is going to be Jesus, because he will not be swapped around regardless.
So he is closing in on Johnny. That 1 second penalty Johnny had will have helped him.
Face Potter's still going at it, although Face Potter's got a half-second penalty. Trying to get on the inside though, coming out of the S's. He's got there. Now goes side by side into the final sector. Tom's gone very deep.
I think Tom's just struggling with that pressure from Face Potter. He seems to get unsettled a bit when there's even a show of a move, as we saw into turn 1 when he missed that apex, but he'll get back past him.
That's all it takes, isn't it? Just the intent there, thinking like, oh, I'm going to send it, and even if you don't send it, it can be enough to put off your rival, and in that case it was enough to send Tom wide. Serves his penalty though, and they're going to end up side by side into turn 1 here, I think. Tom Duval edging ahead. No, he's going to get the move done, actually. Sweeps back across the nose again. He's gone a bit wide.
Just missing that apex.
He's Potter trying to get the inside, having a big old slide though. These final physics very much like sticking their rear ends out. Mikey has served his half-second penalty and immediately got another one.
Yeah, I was about to say this might help Mike out, but Mike at the same time has not helped himself. He's picked up another half-second, so that's 1 second for Mike. Oh dear, Mike.
Johnny Boy is about to become the meat in a average Joe sandwich. Jadon catches the grass on turning, has a big old moment. And Jesus closing in. Also been lapping regularly in the 16s, apart from the last lap, so solid pace from him as he tries to close back in. And Johnny Boy,
second of penalties for unsafe, so he's going to drop back to Graham, which Odon will love to see the sight of with the 6 laps left.
Has contacted the chicane between Tom Duval and Face Potter. Face Potter lifts and let Tom stay ahead. But these two trading paint. Potter closing again, then down the start finish rate we go.
Well, I think he'll just show here and try and put Tom off. Hey, so he does it again. He does that little jink and shows, but Tom makes the apex this time.
Yeah. Not falling for it this time around.
Ooh, bit of a tyre spill.
Bit of a slide.
Matman has pulled himself back to Zom as well. He's done his best lap on lap 18 and is now sort of half a second back from Zom.
Yeah. 10th off the fastest lap of the race there. And Zom's very wide there through that long right.
Get the chicane right. Matt will be right over him into turn 1.
This is where Matt's been strong throughout the race. A little bit more aggressive for those curbs, but about equal that time through, and Zom's just pulled a car length or so, but Matt's had a good exit. He's closing, but again, a half second back. That's his cars being so equally matched. You have to be a little bit closer.
Yeah, he's going to get sort of 3.5 tenths back, isn't he, and be forced to sit and watch again.
He needs to try elaborate. Seems to quite fancy this outside line. Look, he keeps half shaping up for it.
Almost needs to employ the tactic Face Potter's been using on Tom and maybe just jink to the inside of Zom a couple of times and make him think that he might think about sending it. He is running out of laps.
Up front, firstly Bostle, 5.9 seconds now the gap, so again he's just a couple of tenths every lap, just easing away up front. So nice easy for him. Matman showing the nose.
He's going for it.
Oh, he's over the grass. That might be a penalty there. He thought about it, didn't back out of it. And half second penalty, yeah. Unfortunately, their Matt there all over the grass. Didn't back out. Took to the grass to avoid. And someone gave him the squeeze. And half second penalty, and that could be critical in this battle for P3. Odom, meanwhile, P5 is now clear after unsafe penalties. He's now dropped back towards Graham.
Tom Duval's just drifted through the hairpin. Still going toe to toe with Face Potter.
Those two battling hard.
And Mike, after everything, still may get involved in this battle if Mike can avoid giving Mike a penalty.
Mike wouldn't do that. He's tried to go wide there.
In fairness, the amount of penalties Mike's got, he genuinely should be up sort of around 4th or 5th anyway, but can't help himself.
5th, so yeah, the space there. But, second penalty for Jadon.
Picked up a half second penalty.
Jadon's got a full second. We'll release Johnny Boy. He's like wide with the screen flash of the lights there, and Jesus closing in as well.
Yeah, Jesus sort of stalled a bit, 17.8s after doing some run of 16s. 1.5 for Jadon now. So this should actually put Azayus ahead of him, I would have thought, or it'll be very close into turn 1.
Face Potter wrestling his car through the S's there.
Graham sitting about a second back from unsafe. I don't think he's been able to get close enough to challenge a move. Matt's got 2 seconds to make up to Zom now as well.
Might just be too much in the remaining 3 laps. Up front, the lead 6.2 now then, so just Fossil continuing to just keep his teammate at arm's length. It's been quite comfortable for Carl, not been headed.
Sort of thing that you hope wouldn't be too demoralising.
Mike's going at me. Safe with another half second penalty. Now clear of Face Potter, who has got Mikey getting closer. So just keep an eye on his mirrors for the rest of this race. Johnny Boy is cleared now, and Jesus battling, but he's got half second penalty, so does Jadon. So both average Joe cars. Penalty to their name. Jadon serves his, Jesus will do his next time around. That means he will try and attack.
Matman's closing that gap to Zom. Brought it down by a couple tenths.
Gonna need a bit more. Only got 2 laps left for starting the penultimate lap of the race. It's a Zom mistake, really, or the lap, the lap of his life.
Matt's been, I think, just a little bit quicker than Zom, really, but obviously with the equal cars, not quite quick enough that he's able to get past him.
15.4's Matt's fastest lap. Zom's... can't see what
I think Zom's was a 15.6, 15.7 maybe from Zom. There's definitely a 15 he's done.
Yeah.
But like I say, that's incredible consistency from Zom there. So 16 1s, 2s, flats.
That's what you need. A lot of time in the division, just consistency will get you good results. See the front two got away when these two had that little coming together. Kind of opened that gap up and they've not been able to recover that. But of course those two up front also being super consistent as well. To the
Mike's got himself
again.
Onto the back of FaZe Potter. No, not a penalty this time.
Well, penalties all round for Johnny Boy and Jesus. And they're side by side as a result. They're both serving a half-second penalty. Jesus looking to the inside for turn one. Johnny Boy's going to try and hang on around the outside, is he? Yes, he is. Oh, bit of door banging through the corner. Johnny Boy's then got the inside for turn two. He's going to try and hang on around the outside.
Mistake in the chicane.
Up the hill, and now Jadon buys into this battle as well. Oh, we're back on for P3. Here we go then, last lap.
Son made a mistake in the chicane. Gave Matt a chance here.
So Matt needs to find an opening now. Can he force one?
Oh, this could be it. If he gets a good run out.
Yeah, it's on a slide there. Matt's going to the outside.
Loves the outside, Matt.
Indeed. Can he get cut back with the inside? Zom will defend the inside here. Guarantee it. Matt's going to have to go the long way around. Oh, no, he's on him a dummy. Back for the inside. Zom's going to squeeze him, but Matt's on the inside. There's contact as they get to the braking zone, but Matt's gone deep.
Oh, Matt's deep. Oh. That's a great effort from Matt, though.
Fair play. He went for it. He got to the inside, but he just too late on the brakes there. Zom just suckered him in. It's out of the final corner, meanwhile. Dusty Fossil is victorious in race one. Comfortable margin in the end, almost 8 seconds. Joker's going to cross the line in P2, and Zarmez's going to get through the chicane on the final lap and hold on for a very well fought and hard earned P3. Great battle between these two in that one.
Mike's got by FaZe Potter on that lap as well, so Mike's recovered to P9 in the end.
Solid P5 from Odom. Slight and safe in hot pursuit, and Graham there as well. Tom DeVal, just for change of pace, has got a half-second penalty to finish off the race. As is Mikey. Oh no, sorry, it's FaZe Potter, it's a lie. Oh no, Mike's got one as well.
No, Mike's picks one up right at the end.
Mike's got one. Tom DeVal's going to cross the line, the P8 for him. Mikey's going to recover to P9.
Johnny Boy and Jadon going side by side through the last sector, but Jadon will jump him as long as he avoids a penalty here.
He might even get both of them because his teammate's got one as well.
Yeah, he's 1.1 seconds to Zeus. It's on the brink of a second.
Oh, Johnny Boy.
Johnny.
Big old slide.
Yeah, I think Jadon's just going to be a bit too far back to get Zeus, but he'll get P12.
Yeah, I think Jadon just lifted there just to let Jesus have the points.
That was
there we go. So that then.
Great battling from Zom and Matt that last lap. I thought Zom did a great job of giving Matt barely enough room to fit a Dodge Viper through, but I imagine we'll see more of the same.
So victory then for Dusty Fossil. Save the replay. Results there as follows then. So Dusty Fossil is victorious. Pole position, fastest lap, and led every lap. Then it is the Grand Slam from him in that one. Victorious by just under 8 seconds from his teammate Joker. Stems the tide then after last week. Zom there, battled hard. What a superb battle that was, even all the way down to the final lap. About 4 or 5 corners from home. Held off a brilliantly hard charging Matman there. It was very unlucky there to just outbrake himself at the death there, but he gets a solid P4 to back up his podium from last week. Odon prevailed in that battle in the mid-pack then to come home in P5 ahead of Unsafe Release, the first of the stand-ins, with Graham just behind Tom saying, I wish I could spot a braking zone. Still solid result from him there, backing up his teammate for the night, Graham. 7th and 8th there for those. Just Mikey coming through for P9, having been backwards on lap 1 after some drama. FaZe Potter ended up P10, having run as high as P5 early on. Jesus prevailed in that battle as well with his teammate Jadon and Johnny Boy, as those guys were trading blows on the last few laps there. And they end up 11th, 12th and 13th. Now, race 2 then is a partial reverse grid, so position 6 to 12. Apparently, Graham laughed at James in Irish in that one.
I think those fastest laps kind of tell the story for Matman as well. One couple of tenths faster than Zom, but obviously in the same car, not enough to get by.
Thank you, Lennon. Yes, I've seen Mr. J. Dans has scored. The Liverpool kids continue to rip it up. It's number 6 then, so who was P6?
That is
unsafe release.
On pole.
Safe release on pole position from Odon. We've got Matt and Zom, Joker and Dusty Fossil. And then the rest of the grid then will be as it was last time around.
Joker may have been hoping for a slightly larger number there, because that is less opportunity for him to get through and Dusty to get held up.
Well, I say that. He's got Zom in front of him.
I do say that.
We know Zom's difficult to overtake. We've just proven that.
Yes, yeah. Somehow spent 23 of 24 laps defending from someone.
To be fair, yeah, that Matman will be cursing that slide he had lap 1, which let Zom through because he never recovered from it.
No.
Eighth to eighth, a nice boring race. Well, yeah, but you'd say that. Backwards and forwards again. But hey, some good overtakes along the way, Tom. So nice and my foos there. Hopefully, if get a cleaner start this time, we can go forwards and not have to do the going backwards to get back to where you started. But we shall see. And James is struggling with his brake sticking again. Good old G29 problem.
Did you say number 6, Lee?
Yeah, I did say number 6, yes.
According to Aaron, it's number 9.
No, ignore me. Yeah, it's a lie.
So that'll be just 11th H on pole.
No, oh no.
How many corners do you think that's going to last?
James, my recommendations are some contact cleaner, electrical contact cleaner, or spend some money and get a new set of pedals.
Is Jadon's pedals playing funny buggers?
Yes, he's having the G29 problem where it's trail braking for him.
Oh, nice.
On the straight, so which is
yeah. I hope that I don't get that problem because I'm having my future father-in-law's wheel off him, and it's a G29.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, that will be part of your future. Just FYI.
Let's go. Can't wait.
I might have been holding my phone upside down, to be fair. No, it's got auto rotate on, so it should have been. I don't know. I swear I saw a 6.
Yeah. So that might be a bit of an interesting one for the Sim Demon boys then. A bit further back, so I'm ahead of them.
So now Mikey is hopefully doing the grid.
I do like that you asked for a wheel number and James replied Logitech one, thinking you meant his wheel and not the reverse grid wheel. I must admit, there's weak bladders in this. Like, you can't for them go for a toilet.
I mean, with Dusty Fossil, you can kind of forgive it because.
Well, I'll forgive Dusty. The rest of them, no excuse.
Apparently, James has just remembered he's got pedals somewhere. He's now doing a pit stop for his wheels. Why do we get no excuse? I'll tell you what about Zomwa. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, why do you get no excuse for that? I don't know. There's only 16 likes on the stream, people. There's 23 of you here. Why you hasn't liked it? Go on. Give up.
Should I mix up this GT3 grid and just go out in a McLaren?
McLaren OP.
Just throw Mike for a loop when he's going through the grid and he sees me there, like, what? So how are you feeling about that?
I started next to a Mazda and I had a Citroen behind me. The Mazda, of course, being a front-wheel drive car, went nowhere, and that Citroen had just absolutely slingshot. It passed me on the run up to turn 1. So I was
nice. I think I had that experience in the Group 3s. I think was it the Toyota that was like dreadful when we did the grid starts? Yeah, because I think what happened like every week is like Sai would be like 1 or 2 places above me, and every week I'd be like 2 car lengths ahead of him into turn 1 because his just bogged down instantly.
So we wait for race 2. Another 24 lap race ahead of us then. Can Mikey prevail in the battle against his biggest rival, himself?
Shall I be honest?
Oh, absolutely. Brutally.
No, he won't. No.
I
love Mike, but Mike is Mike's biggest enemy.
Are we going soon? Good question. Are we going soon, Mikey? You're doing the grid. Come on. Choppity chop.
How are you feeling for Bathurst, Lee? Confident?
I don't mind Bathurst. Mercedes feels okay around there. It is, unfortunately, there's quite a lot of people who are quite handy around there, so it's going to be difficult this week. SVY is particularly handy around there, and he's been in good form as well. He did a daily race there the other day and won, so there's that. Pagani, if he gets his internet sorted, is always handy around there. You can never count out T. Smith.
You don't have a Witchell this week, so
no Witchell this week, which is good because he is currently 98th in the world on the daily race scene in that Lexus.
Fantastic.
Well. So if he's going well, that means Rom's probably. Although Rom is too busy delivering democracy to the world.
Yeah.
So he's not done.
Democracy does get in the way of fast GT times, doesn't it?
It does indeed, but there are bugs that we've got to relieve Super Earth of the bug infestation. So
yeah, I think I don't actually know if any of the GT2 boys are big fans of Trial Mountain or are good at it. I'm sure Aaron will be because
Aaron's already done it once this season.
Well, yeah. So that's already unfair advantage. So
I mean, it didn't go very well. To be fair, so.
He's also in a slower division. If he wins, I'm calling for half points.
It's about his pace, isn't it? Though, so.
That's true.
I've got to go back to my wheel. I need to drop down a division. Do you know when I dropped down a division to learn on my wheel? Oh no, wait, I didn't because I'm not a pure fanny. Sprayed it with WD-40. That's the spirit, James. That'll do. Right then, race 2. Grid is formed. It is just Mikey 11 on P1. Tom Duval alongside him. The lights then, we've got 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and race 2 is go. Who's got a good start? Zob's had a good start again.
Graham obviously on the hards is struggling a little bit. He's got unsafe to one side, Odon to the other.
Mikey's come over to cover from Tom Duval, who switches to the outside.
Unsafe up the inside. Oh
my goodness. Yeah,
bit of contact with unsafe into Mike, but Mike does stay P1 for now. Tom Duval having a look up the inside. That's going to force Mike wide.
Giving him the hip and shoulder as well. And now unsafe's coming back at Tom Duval.
Unfortunately for Mike, he's still holding.
Graham's buying into this as well. Tom Duval around the outside of unsafe. And they will survive. That man's up to 5th. Dusty Foss up to 6th as well.
Not what Joker needed. in P9. Teammate speed. Oh! Teammate on teammate!
Contact! Oh, it's all gone wrong! Oh, pinball! Pinball! Somehow Joker ends up gaining 2 places and all that. I don't know how he's done that.
Worked out for him, but he has almost sent his teammate to the shadow realm there.
Absolute pinball there. Tom, oh, what happened? Where's Mike? Mike's out to 4th. What's happened there? Tom Duval leads. Mattman's 2nd, so Mattman's cut through superbly quickly.
He gets by Mike. Could be a potential.
Yeah. Oh, what's happened to Zom? Zom's off the side. Zom's down in 13th, so Zom's been off somewhere. Legacy of the pinballing, perhaps. I'm not sure. Tom Duval has a 1.2 second lead.
Picked up a penalty.
Your microphone keeps popping at me. Sounds like you're under heavy artillery fire, to be honest. Tom Laval leads. Oh, he's wide up the top of the hill there. Out of the curb. Yeah, Mike is proper fucked up. He's left the party. There we go. He'll be back shortly then, but Tom Laval leading by 1.3 seconds. Or then Matt Mann closing in on the brakes at the bottom of the hill. A little bit wide there. Oh, Mikey's gone sideways. Did he get touched there? He's down 3 wide. I think Joker may have been a little bit of contact there.
Yeah.
And Face Potter takes full advantage and through he goes. Oh, Mikey's in the gravel. Now Joker's up the inside. I'm going to go side by side. Mikey's wide though because he's got dirty tyres. Oh, Johnny Boy's gone right off the circuit. Jade on through on Mikey now. Mikey is plunging down the order here at the minute.
Horror 2 lap by Jadon.
So Felice has a penalty already. As they start lap 3 then. He's closed on the back of Matt Mann.
That's a strong opening sort of tenth gained on Matt.
Yeah, Tom Laval's extended that lead then this time around and so he's got a bit of clear track. He's under no immediate pressure and he's getting his head down.
Ooh,
straight into the
wide.
15s.
That allows Dusty 3.
Around the outside, and a half-second penalty for Graham as well.
Joker's dropped to P9. Mike's also gone up the inside of Jadon as well.
So Mikey fighting back. Been beaten up on that one a little bit. Zom's also getting back into the action and having been off the circuit. He's side by side with Jesus to the braking zone. He just has a half-second penalty. Switching back up the inside.
Face Potter's going back at Dusty Fossil. Bit of door banging, but Face Potter's back through.
Face Potter through them.
And they for Face Potter. Oh, Dusty almost.
Ooh, a few people having a moment there at the chicane. Joker's got past Jadon again. Got half-second penalties for a pair of them. I don't think I saw Simply before have a penalty in race 1, but Joker's got one already. Laval continues to lead then, 1.5 seconds. On that 4 at the minute. Doing a really good job there, just kicking up the dust areas right on limit there. Nearly catching the grass, but holding firm. That man giving chase, unsafe in there as well.
Those lap times right. I don't know if he can hold it. Oh, deep.
Oh, that's deep. That's very deep.
Yep. I was just about to say if he can hold that sort of high 15 pace, he should be fine. But he's going to come under some pressure now.
He's giving away about half a second of his lead. More so, in fact, Matt's had a really good run there. In the corner, he's got into slipstream range now as well. So, having been under no immediate pressure, suddenly he's going to have all kinds of pressure. Cleared Mikey, however, he's got a half-second penalty to serve. Dusty Fossil still behind Face Potter, so at the minute there's just the 1 place and the 1 point difference. However, Dusty Fossil in the slipstream. Face Potter's going to go defensive though, so Dusty Fossil's going to have to go the long way around. We're getting a bit of slipstream from Graham just ahead of him, and on the brakes.
Incredible late braking from Dusty.
Yeah, great job there. I think Face Potter maybe realised he was not on the optimal line. Oh, he's now sideways. He's pushing. Cannot fault his commitment. He's pushing hard.
A little wide.
Mikey battling a Joker as well. To the outside. He's going to go back up the inside, is he? Oh, Face Potter's taking a scenic route down the straight. Mikey covering the inside, and Joker's pops to the outside a little late on. Jadon, Node on together as well. Holding off Joker for now. Meanwhile, what's going on up front? Well, half-second penalty for the race leader. Not what he wanted, because he's got 2 cars right where Matt Mann's had a bit of a slide there, though. Giving him a momentarily reprieve, but he's about to lose the lead and possibly P2. However, the front 3 have broken clear by the tune of about 5 seconds, so all this battling in the pack has already opened a 5-second gap up. Tom serving his penalty. That man goes through. Here comes unsafe. Around the outside. Around the outside. Tom Laval trying to stick his nose in. That man leads. So he's been here before. He has won GT3 races before, Matman. And the Jaguars. Not a stranger to this, but a different kind of pressure this time. Unsafe release is a very quick boy, and he's on the outside. But Matt driving really well around here. A little bit wide there. Unsafe's going to get the run up the inside. They're going to go side by side through the S's, and that man has no response, and Unsafe then hits the front.
Unsafe is very quick as well.
Oh, Tom DeVal's off and around! Buries the throttle, gets going again. Hasn't lost too much time. Oh, big shame there for Tom. Oh, he's got dirty tyres. He needs to be careful for a couple of corners.
I think Dusty's going to have him into turn 1 here potentially, depending how good this run is. No, I think Tom's got a good enough run.
Oh, big shame there for Tom. Hanging onto the back of the front two. Has lost touch now to the tune of 3.5 seconds, so it's Unsafe versus Matman for the race win.
Just penalty H has dropped behind Oven and Owen with a 1 second penalty.
He's regrouped. He's on his way again, but has Dusty Fossil closing in. What can Matman do about Unsafe release now? Unsafe release has clear track. A little bit deep there though. And immediately Matman is on him. Back into slipstream range, so this one far from over. Unsafe having a big old twitch there. Matman's right with him. Tom DeVal also got Dusty Fossil right with him. Graham also doing a really good job in P5. Just 4 seconds ahead of this gaggle of cars led by Face Potter. Joker tucks it behind him, and Jadon, Odon, Mikey with a half-second penalty, of course. Zom also getting back into it as well, having had his opening lap dramas. And we've got Johnny Boy
Twitch from Face Potter out the last corner. The Joker's all over him.
To the inside already. So Face Potter trying to disrupt people by popping to the inside. Joker going to give him a taste of his own medicine here. Odon going for it on Jadon behind. Ooh, Odon's very hot.
Almost collected his teammate.
For a second there, I thought it was about to be a bit of Globo Jim on Globo Jim action, and now he's sending it on Jadon. Oh, there's contact. No, Face Potter's wide.
I think Joker's finally cleared Face Potter because that wasn't really helping him out. Dusty all over the back of Tom as well now. Oh,
Face Potter's sideways over the crest of the hill. Jadon catches the back of him. He's on the grass again in the straight line. Jadon going through. Odon's pushing him through. They both clear Face Potter into the braking zone though. Face Potter coming back. Sends it on his teammates. Oh, catches the curb on the inside. Both the Globo Jim cars are sideways. Here comes Mikey and Zom.
Oh, Matman's got Unsafe.
Yeah, we've got to change for the lead. Matman back into the lead of the race then. Unsafe is right there. The start finish straight then. Now Unsafe is definitely going to be close enough for a move into turn 1. So does Matman go defensive? He does. He parks it in the middle. Unsafe the long way. Yeah, Unsafe thought about switching back to the inside there. But he's going to go the long way around, is he? He's going to try it. Matman then goes in a little bit hot there, just fends him off.
Yeah, I think Unsafe tried to switch back underneath, but just moved a little too early and caught Matman's bumper.
Yeah, well, I think he might have been trying to go around the outside, but I think Matman just carried a little bit more speed in there, which didn't let him get close enough or get tight enough to the apex.
He's got a great run out the hill though.
Yep, as is Dusty Fossil on Tom. So again, having to go the long way around. That's just going to park it on the apex there. Can he shut the door on him? Yeah, this time Unsafe's not alongside this time, so he has to drop back in behind. Tom has held off Dusty Fossil.
And Dusty's got Graham all over the back of him as well now.
Graham's now buying into this as well. So can he help his team out here by attacking? Unsafe and Matman nose to tail into the final sector. Matman's a little bit hot into the first part. Unsafe's had a better run. Here we go again. Matman immediately goes to the middle of the track. Unsafe right into the slipstream. Matman moving over tighter and tighter to that inside line. Where does Unsafe go? He's going to go outside again. Trying to go the long way around. Matman again. Yep. Just goes a little bit wide of the apex there, just forces Unsafe out into the dirty part of the track where he can't get turned in, can't carry the speed, and lives to fight another day. But Unsafe still very much there. And they are losing time, so the cars behind them, Tom Duval is closing back in again. And he's bringing Dusty Fossil with him.
Yeah, Dusty was 5 seconds back earlier, that's now been halved. And Dusty's just gone purple.
In the pack, French Potter back ahead of his teammate. And Mikey and Zom right on the back of them as well. So we've got Joker's checked out a little bit from this group. Jadon at the head of it. Face Potter. Oh, Mikey's gone a little bit deep there. Zom's looking at the inside up the hill. He's on the inside for the left-hander, but for the outside for the right. However, Mikey's got a little bit hot. The door is open again. Zom looks at the inside.
Face Potter's picked up a penalty.
Second yet. For the lead again. Here we go. Unsafe to the outside again. Mando is a bit further ahead this time as they get to the braking zone. Unsafe. Maybe he's just recognised the gap behind him is coming down. So he's either got two trains of thought here. You can either push, try and get the lead. So it does mean battling and costing yourselves both time and a half-second penalty. As I say that, that's going to cost him some time. That gap behind him is now less than 2 seconds, or was just under 2 seconds, gone just back over again. But that will probably put him right into the clutches. Assert Dusty Fossil at the inside for P3 at the hairpin, gets it done. Dusty Fossil onto the podium.
Yeah, Joker struggling to make inroads onto Graham as well. He's only gained sort of half a second the last 2 laps.
Both did 16.1s last time around, so gained nothing on him that time around. Another penalty for unsafe release. That's going to put him right into the
Graham
clutches.
picks up a half second as well.
Dusty Fossil. See the car ahead of him coming backwards. I don't think he'll be close enough.
Tom Duval's got a good run on Dusty though.
To the inside, here he comes.
Oh, Unsafe's gone deep as well.
It's going to just turn into a big V though, cuts back for a late apex. He's just under a second behind Matt, but he hasn't got slipstream. And Unsafe is now giving the slipstream to Dusty Fossil behind him, so that will just further close these 4 up then. So
I was going to say, Matt's been staring at a red car behind him for most of this, and suddenly he's going to see 2 more.
Indeed. Just Fossil's a little bit wide there. Tom Duval not out of this either. He's still very much in this battle. A little bit hot there. Let's go around the pack meanwhile. Jadon's back ahead of Face Potter. Zom is ahead of Mikey now. We've got a half-second penalty.
Face Potter's just gone deep as well.
Zom all over the back of him. Zom just looking at the inside. Can he get cut back? He has. He's got the inside for the right-hander. They go side by side into the technical sector. Face Potter's got the inside for the first part of the chicane though. Goes a little bit deep. Zom's going to have a run.
Unsafe's got another penalty for next lap.
Oh no.
And Tom's sort of slipped away from Dusty a little bit.
Well, Zom on Face Potter. He's bumping him down the straight now. To the inside he goes. I think he caught him though, so he's just pushed him away. Pops back in for a little bit more slipstream. Pops back out to the inside for turn 1. Who's going to be latest on the brakes? Zom's car scribbling. Oh, Face Potter arrives trying to get the cut back, but Zom is on the apex and through he goes. Face Potter though sends it through.
On the grass.
Yeah, on the grass there, and Zom is through and back into P9.
Brings Mikey up to Face Potter as well. Fair play to Tom Duval. He had that sort of mistake from P1 that dropped him back to these guys, but he's not fallen away. He's hanging around.
Absolutely. Oh, bounces over the curbs there though.
He's going to have unsafe for slipstream at least.
Yep. Oh, Unsafe's now got a second penalty.
Oh, he's not going to have slipstream.
Really going to hurt him now. Yep. Well, they will do.
Yeah, Tom will get him, or he should do. Pulls in for the slipstream. And back to the outside.
So if I was going to go late on the brakes, they're going to arrive at turn 1 together. Tom's forced out wide. Can he hang on around the outside? No. So he's now a second behind Dusty Fossil, who's a second behind Matman then. So who's going to be first to catch who? It's Dusty Fossil and Matman. And then can on safe get back on terms with him because he's got Tom Duval all over him, and Tom Duval is going to be keen to get a move on here, but I think if he's sensible, he'll work with unsafe release to get back on terms with those two ahead. Because they'll start battling.
The problem these guys have got is Dusty just doesn't seem like he's ever going to pick up a penalty, so they're not going to get that reprieve at any point.
Unsafe's on a 15-1 in this race.
Dusty was purple through sector 2, but being behind Matt, I don't think he'll pick up a purple lap.
The Group 4 cars aren't so susceptible to dirty air like the Group 3s are. So you don't get hurt so much by being behind somebody in a bit of slipstream down the straight, although he's actually... Oh, unsafe's another penalty.
Yeah, just pushing too hard.
3 from Dusty Fossil again, so unsafe had a mighty final sector by the look of it.
Too far back for a challenge on Mattman Dusty, but he'll keep the pressure on. Matt's gone a little deeper, missed the apex though.
Odon has caught Jadon in the battle of the Dons for P7.
Mike has dropped away from Phase Potter.
Probably a penalty.
Yeah, it's a 121 I think Mike did. Yeah, I think he's picked up a second penalty most likely.
Keep an eye on Jadon, so we'll look at his braking inputs. We're getting any brakes on the straight. It's a surefire G29 sign. At the moment.
Seems okay for him.
The hit of WD-40 seems to have done the trick.
Oh, Zeus has just had a spin coming up the hill. At the back.
Is Tom Duval going to get unsafe this time? It's only a half-second penalty, so probably not, but he'll be right with him again.
Yeah, he's going to... I think he's just going to be a fraction too far back. Yeah.
And starting to defend from Dusty Fossil. He tried to break the slipstream there down the start-finish straight, but Dusty Fossil is now there. So we've got 2 for the lead and 2 for third place. Now, of course, different teams this time at the front, so there's no team working together. Dusty Fossil is a wily old fox. Emphasis on the old.
Ancient fox.
Ancient fox, yes. Prehistoric fox.
Jurassic era.
So he can bide his time. He knows he can bide his time. It'll be quicker for these two to just kind of get their heads down and push while the two behind hopefully trip each other up. Open that gap up and then you can sort it out between yourselves in the last few laps.
Joker's slowly eating to that gap to Graham. He's halved it, but I think it may be P5 at best here for Joker.
Yeah, even if he clears Gravy, he's then another 4 seconds up to Tom Duval. So Odon, Jadon are as one.
Tom very nearly running into the back of unsafe there through the chicane, and he's going to lose the slipstream, I think.
Meanwhile, Dusty Fossil's had a good run at the final corner. Matman down the middle of the road then. Defend from there. Safe around the outside goes Dusty Fossil. Matman covered the inside line, moves back over. Just opens the angle, both of them go a little bit wide, but come back for a late apex. So, it's a good line back from both of them. Safe with another half-second penalty.
Aaron's got Jadon down the straight.
Side by side. Jadon's going to come back on the brakes though. Oh, he got a bit deep though.
Holds it.
Gets it held nicely. Odon was thinking about the cutback there, but it didn't present itself.
Tom joining up to the back of them as well.
Yeah, Zom is closing as well. Ditched Phase Potter. In turn has ditched Mikey, who is carrying a half-second penalty, as is the law. Johnny Boy having a bit of a lonely race this time, unfortunately. We're still on P12. And Jesus, who's had a drama. Oh, he's going in the pits. Back. Up front. Nose to tail into the final chicane we go. Dusty Fossil all over the curbs.
He's got a great run out of that chicane.
He had some Matman expect him
before they even get out the corner.
Matman dives straight to the right hand side here.
How early does Dusty go though? There he goes.
Has to go now. seem to have plateaued. Who's going to be late on the brakes? Dusty Fossil going to give him the squeeze. Matman's going to bring Matman there with the squeeze. Dusty Fossil trying to cut back up the inside.
Tom Duval's around the outside of Unsafe at the same time. Unsafe holds.
We've got more of a gap the front two now, with the penalties and the battling going on behind. So into the last, we're on 7 laps now.
Yeah, don't think this hasn't really helped Matt because there's no pressure on Dusty either. That's the problem.
To the outside again though, Matman driving really well. A good defensive performance so far. Just looking for that overlap into the chicane, into the S, sorry, but nothing happening. Knows that's not a place to do it. 3.5 seconds out, so they can have a little bit of battle at the moment. If they need to, Carl, you might think just settle in again and just push themselves away and sort it out later on. Dusty Fossil, good line through that final corner.
Matman seems to have got a better run though.
Yeah, that's had a good run that time.
Yeah, he'll come back with the slipstream.
Might be enough, actually. I don't think he'll be under threat this time, so it's a good lap there from Matman. Tom Duval, however, right under the rear wing of Unsafe. Right there, he's going to have to go the long way around though. So sending him the long way around. Tom's late on the brakes though, very late on the brakes. Oh, is that too late on the brakes? He's deep.
Yep.
Unsafe cuts back underneath. Tom Duval trying to get the switch back. Not doing that. Unsafe played that one nicely. He's a little bit wide there though. Tom Duval's got the run up the hill. Oh, contact. Oh, more contact. Tom's at the inside. Leaning on each other, side by side at the top of the hill. Unsafe's back ahead.
Great run for Unsafe though, yeah. Dusty Fossil
he's lifted.
having
He's
a sniff at the inside.
Tom's
just had a bit of a sniff on Matman.
A little bit wide. He's caught the big curb. So they're Unsafe. Tom's through, back into the podium. Good battling between these two. Joker is now closed in a lot on Graham. Now he's within a second.
Yeah, Som has also cleared Owen and will be looking to get past Jadon further back.
Again then, it's fairly equal at the final corner this time. Matman again though, just driving down the middle of the road. Matman's not going to be under pressure again, so Dusty Fossil not close enough this time, not had a good enough run, so Matt can take his racing line. Oh, late move. Ooh, Dusty Fossil there sold a dummy. Made like he wasn't going to make me, waited for Matman to come back over the racing line and look down the inside, and it was Matman had to have a bit about him there, and he's under pressure again as they head up the hill. So Dusty Fossil is probing.
Unsafe's picked up a second of penalty, so I think that may just clean up P3 for Tom, as long as he doesn't make any more mistakes.
So he should be safe from Graham and Joker behind him, but we'll see.
They won't be far behind him.
No, speaking of not far behind, Dusty Fossil all over the back of Matman, but Matman still resists. Driving really, really well. This is some intense pressure. And it's consistent pressure. And Matman's lap time, look at that, solidly in the 15s. Lap 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 and 19. All of them in the 15s, and that's what you have to do because the man behind is doing exactly the same thing. Again though, he's got about 3.5 tenths.
I think this
should be enough.
That's the gap he needs, isn't it? If he just focuses on 3.5 tenths out that last corner, he's going to be okay.
We're going to see
he forced Dusty into a late move.
Yeah. You see him there, look, he was just a little bit away from the racing line there, just covering that inside slightly to stop that move. So it's good driving from Matt. He's not compromised his entrance too much.
Oh, one safe steep into turn 1.
Graham's there.
That's going to bring Graham and Joker round to the back of him.
Jadon is clear of Zom at the moment. Jadon hasn't been dropped too far off the back, so 3 a little bit spread out. He's in the pits.
Just penalty H at it again.
Still nose to tail. Still Dusty Fossil can't find a way through. Pagani pointing out the last thing we want is a Dusty probe. Absolutely.
Uncomfortable for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely, especially Matman. And he suffered it off this week because we're giving him his teammates. So.
Yeah. Dusty gets a bit on the curb there.
Yeah, Dusty Fossil is confident enough to ride those curbs. Matman is avoiding them.
Yeah, and that's under 3 tenths, so maybe
close.
Enough for a move for Dusty.
I don't think so. it'll be a big old send at the end of the straight if it is. I know doing this thing, driving down the inside, send Dusty Fossil the long way around, and then just parks on the apex, and Dusty Fossil looking for a gap that wasn't there. So
Dusty just gets on the grass a little bit, so maybe a temporary breathing room for that.
Joker is through ahead of Graham into P5, and now he's got a safe just a second in front of him, so there is a possible P4. They're on safe wide again through those S's. Do that picking up another penalty, especially with Joker closing in. He's okay this time.
Closed a couple of tenths on Tom Duval on safe, so maybe even a podium potentially on for Joker here last few laps.
Zom continues to close on Jadon, dropping the load on a little bit. Everybody else is just kind of spread out. We'll go back then to the battle for the lead. And that man at the minute holding firm. It's now nearly half a second. That is the biggest lead, but Dusty Fossil, really good entry to this part of the lap there. Again, riding those curves so well. He's right there. Oh, Matt's a bit wide.
Yeah, this is going to be Dusty into turn one.
This is on this time. Mattman's going to have to defend this one. To start the penultimate lap then.
Just got to send him the long way, and Matt will do that.
Yep, Matt's done this one.
Dusty's kind of stalled.
Oh, Dusty again. You can see him there trying to squeeze, but Mattman's doing a really good job there. He's just forcing him a little bit wide.
Yeah, he's done enough there to not allow Carl to sort of close the door.
It's firm, but it's fair.
Outside. Yeah.
That is what we want.
You can see with that braking, you just can't get far enough ahead with the late braking, otherwise you end up on that dirty part of the track. But Dusty's right behind him.
What a run he's had down this straight. Now Matt needs to squeeze him to the outside again.
Do the right
braking
thing,
point. Oh, he's gone deep there. Just lost at the inside. Oh, it's cracked. He's cracked him finally. Right, what has Mattman got? He's done a superb job at the head of this race for so long, but Dusty Fossil has found a way through. Oh, bounced off the curb there though. Right, Matt was been strong into here when he was chasing. And we saw last time around he's not afraid to have a move.
If Dusty's got a great run out that last corner though.
Yeah.
I think Dusty's just going to break it, trying to break that slipstream. Just got to stay patient, Matt.
Penalty for Tom Duval.
It's not
serving this lap, so he just needs to stay a second clear.
Yeah, Joker's, I think, a bit too far back from unsafe as well. So I think Jadon and Zom battling, and Dusty and Matt are our only battles this last lap.
The 6/10 then Dusty Fossil has timed it absolutely superbly. Matt is pushing hard though. Trying to bring himself back into the slipstream. Yeah, he's out of slipstream now as well. Dusty Fossil just gone purple as well. That's a 14 if he can hook this up. On the last lap of the last race.
Tell you what though, Matt's got a good run. He's closing a couple of attempts. I think he's just...
a little bit. Is there a mistake in Dusty Fossil? We haven't seen one so far.
Needs Dusty to mess up this chicane or have a dreadful run out.
A little bit wide. Matt's closing in. He sent it hard, but unless there's a bobble over the curb, but it's not enough.
Dusty's just too aggressive over those curbs. That's tough for Mattman. He defended so well for so long, but it is a double for Dusty.
Dusty doubles up then in Catalunya. Mattman backs up his P2 last week with another one. Tom Duval will get P3, and Joker's going to pip unsafe on the line.
Oh, unsafe. Graham P6. Can Zom get Jadon? He's got a great run. I think he's going to be too far back.
I think, though.
Yeah.
Good recovery from Zom, though.
Yep.
Moving backwards on that one. 7th for Jadon, 8th for Zomlan, 9th for Odon.
Will be 10th for FaZe Potter, and just penalty H picks up another and finishes in his favourite position of P11.
And crashes before the finish line. Good job.
Well done, Mike.
And Johnny Boy, not quite so well. He's not had the battle to this one, unfortunately. Jesus has pitted in. Oh, he's taken a very scenic route out the final corner. He's heading back down to downtown Barcelona. And that then was the end of that. Jesus is in the pits, so Jesus needs to go out. Harry, go out.
He's been sat on that tyre selection screen. I think he called it quits, but there we go.
Fortunately, you have to do your lap.
Yeah, needed to do that lap earlier. Tough. I think tough on that for Mattman. He defended so well for so long, but Dusty just waited on that one mistake and didn't give him a second chance.
Yeah, it wasn't a mistake. He just defended the inside, but as you've learned in race one, that is it is difficult to get the car stopped on such a narrow line. And it is a double victory then for Dusty Fossil, who bounces back, having lost some of his advantage last week. A double victory this one then to extend his championship lead. And the results then are as follows. And Dusty Fossil is victorious. Just a whole second, or exactly a second ahead of Mattman in the end. But what a drive from Matt that was. I think he can be very happy with that, despite just missing out there on the end. Tom Duval, solid podium from him in P3. Mikey decided he doesn't want to watch the rim, so...
Cheers, Mike.
Cheers, Mike. Appreciate that. Thanks.
He was part of
third. Joker fourth, unsafe.
It was Joker
Graham.
P4, Joker then P4. Unsafe.
Then Graham, Jadon, Zom, Odon, Face Potter, Johnny Boy. And these are just... Well... Another great GT3 race, and we have just got 3 weeks of the season to go already. It is absolutely flying by. Yeah, 2 more endurance races to go, 1 more sprint week. And off the top of my head, I don't even know where we are next week. GT3.
Let's have a look. Oh, I'll close the document. Never mind. But no, back tomorrow same time. Myself and the GT2 boys around Trial Mountain in the Group 3s, and then Lee on Friday with the GT1 boys will go around Bathurst.
That one. Where are we? Next week we
Should be an endurance.
Daytona next week. There we go. So that should be an interesting race. Back in the GT3 cars around the banking of the legendary Miami circuit.
Not only Daytona, but in the other info section that you'll be able to see, this will be a wet race, so more chaos coming to GT3 next week.
It's not a wet race next week.
Is it not a wet race? Okay.
It can't rain at Daytona. It was just Mikey being a spaz.
Just Mikey things. Never mind.
Just Mikey things, absolutely. So there we go.
Thought we'd been harsh with rain. It's a
double race. Well, to be fair, the last week of the championship is at Nürburgring, and it can rain there, so there is a possibility of more wet weather in GT3. They threatened it at Spa, and it didn't come.
At least not rain, but just the threat.
Yes, absolutely. So that is it then from us for this evening. Thank you very much for everybody who has joined the stream and put in comments and liked. And if you haven't already liked, please do so before you go. Back tomorrow at 8:30. Please join. We're not quite sure who yet. Might be Sean. Might be Joker. Might be Pine. Might be others. See. Somebody will be here tomorrow.
Yes. I need to check with Sean if he will be here.
Yes, he said he should know today. If he can concentrate on the commentary.
Yes.
So back tomorrow. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you and good night.